It was July 1969 at the Kennedy Space Center in Florida. The countdown was proceeding for the mission that would fulfill the challenge and commitment of President John F. Kennedy to land on the moon before the end of the decade. The three men preparing for the mission were Neil Armstrong, Edwin Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins. Armstrong and Aldrin would be the two men to land on the moon. It was Collins's job to pilot the command module and to be there when Armstrong and Aldrin completed their moonwalk. They were confident, but also aware of the risks.
Should difficulties arise, I then find myself becoming the active partner in charge of a very complex vehicle with a very complex job.
Our voyage is the voyage of a nation and a voyage of humanity.
I'm John Noble Wilford. 40 years ago, I covered the Apollo 11 moon landing for the New York Times. The last hours before the liftoff were filled with excitement and apprehension. More than 1 million tourists arrived in cars and campers for the launch. More than 5,000 VIPs were on hand, including diplomats, Congress members, industrialists, movie stars, and former President Lyndon B. Johnson, who had championed the Apollo program. There had been a carnival atmosphere for days, but as the last hours of the countdown approached, people began to think of what was about to happen, what could go wrong, the fact that they were there to witness the beginning of one of the grandest adventures in human history.